What's up guys, Nate Short here with Windermere Real Estate, and welcome to my September 2018 short report. Now you've probably been reading or hearing that the real estate market here is slowing down some, and so I thought I'd give you my thoughts on this month's stats that our team here at Windermere has compiled. The most important thing to know is that our supply of homes has jumped pretty significantly over the last 60 days, going from just under 1 month's supply to just over 2 months supply, which is the highest it's been since 2014. Now what does this mean? Well, for one, it means that buyers are going to have some decent selection and negotiating power when it comes to buying a home, which is great news for the market. In many areas, the sales that are happening now are about 5% below what they would have been in, say, May or June. But that doesn't necessarily mean that overall prices are going down. It just means prices are starting to level out, which is what we predicted would happen earlier in the year. Now, the combination of these rising interest rates and higher housing prices are finally giving buyers, I think, some pause. I think that psychology of the buyer has shifted a bit, certainly, meaning that they're not in as much of a hurry to buy. 2 months ago, 60% of our listings were selling at or above list price, and today about 25 to 30% of the homes hitting the market are selling above list price. So it's very much on a case-by-case basis. Now, if you're a seller, pricing is becoming harder because of the shift. If you price to the June comps, you're likely going to be sitting around on the market a bit, especially if you don't properly prepare and market the home right. So the bottom line is that it's becoming much easier to overpay for a home if you don't know what you're doing, not to mention the potential added liabilities that you may incur if you don't get a proper inspection and negotiate that into the deal. I think this fall is going to be very interesting as we will see how soft the market becomes. Does the supply continue to rise through the end of the year, or do buyers recognize this as an opportunity to get a better home at a better price than they will say next spring? Only time will tell, but the one thing I do know is that the economy is still rocking. Companies are making lots of money, and in particular our tech giants like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Apple, and others are continuing to grow here in the Northwest. Bottom line, if I'm a buyer, my suggestion is to be more diligent in my selection process and buy for the long term, say 7 to 10 years. And if I'm a seller in this market, it's still a great time to sell, even though inventory is higher. We know interest rates are still low, and we know the economy is great. Next spring, things could be different. You never know. Of course, if you have more specific questions or you'd like to meet with me to discuss some specific real estate needs you may have, you can always reach me on my cell or by email at nate@nateshort.com. So thanks for listening to this short report, and I look forward to seeing you in the next report.